I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV, we engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out with Oscar Bimpong. And this is your regular host, always sitting in the driving seat, taking you to your destination of success. Tonight is another wonderful opportunity to empower the continent, empower the youth, and empower everyone that really cares to learn. It is going to be an amazing discussion because my guest is seated, ready to be on the hot seat to really educate us and really cause us to believe again on a continent where a lot of people have given up just because the challenges on the continent are too much. But there are some certain people, amidst all the challenges, they are still making a difference. And my guest is one of them. Now, before I go on to my guest, I want to mention a few of our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. That is your business training and consulting firm. Also, Train to Inspire work with students in relation to their personal development in second cycle institutions, colleges, and universities. Also, ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says it doesn't matter the struggles you are going through at the port. Call them and they will sort you out. Also, ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. ZPay just launched their USSD code for mobile money, and that is *270#. Just dial it on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. If you want to contact any of our sponsors, their contact details are on the screen. Just take them and contact them. Also, if you want to sponsor any of our programs, take the number for T2I TV UK or Train to Inspire Consultancy, and let's talk. For those that don't know, T2I means Train to Inspire, and we are the brain behind Train to Inspire Consultancy. Our mandate is to simplify business for you. We don't talk what the MBA terminologies are, but we bring business in simplicity for you. That is in terms of all your business training and consulting. Just let us know, and we are going to make sure that we help you to strategically position yourself in the marketplace and also to be the go-to business in the market. Now, if you want to support what we are doing as well, because this is about our giving back to our community, and for us to do this, we need a lot of support from people. Support us to help this online platform to strategically position itself in the marketplace. Support us with your resources, your knowledge. Support us with your money, so that we can grow this platform to a level where we can have more access to young people, both in diaspora and on the continent. The vision for this platform is huge. The idea is that we are going to take this to the physical space to really support young enterprise and young people with visions, so that they can succeed in a marketplace. Now, who do I have on the hot seat? This man is a person you love to have a conversation with. Yesterday, we were just talking about this discussion, and we were supposed to just talk about it in 10 minutes, but we ended up having a 1 hour discussion. Why? He is a man that you love to speak to, because this man is somebody that really understands that it doesn't matter what is happening today, the future can always be different. And who is this man that I'm talking about? He is the head principal of British International School, and he is the founder and CEO of Project Know Thyself organization. He is in the person of Mr. Franklin Adjetey. Please welcome to Step Out with Oscar Bimpon, and you are live on T2I TV UK.
Thank you very much.
Wow, how has your day been, sir?
It has been good. It has been good.
Wow.
It can only get better.
Yes. And I really like the way you look smart, and
thank you.
yes. You really take the TV program to a next level, and I think next time I will put on tie as well to match you. Wow. Our topic for discussion: youth empowerment through education. Now, before we really delve into our topic, in your own ways, who is Franklin Adjetey?
Franklin Adjetey is a simple person. As you rightly said, I'm the principal of British International School. I was born in Ghana. I did my secondary and university in Ghana as well. I left Ghana sometime in the 90s to the UK to study an MBA, International Business. And when I completed, I accidentally jumped into, supply teaching. And in the process, I got a job as a full-time teacher. I went back to University of London to study education, and I continued with education. I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've been in education for that long. I've been a consultant to many schools in the UK, Nigeria, and Ghana. I run Project Know Thyself as well, supporting young people to elevate their essentials whilst they are young. So by the time they grow up, they are ready to take up the leadership that they so desire. Wow. So in simple terms, this is who I am. I'm a married man with 2 children.
Wow, 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 wow.
And
I
my
have
wife
got
is a teacher.
wow, 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 wow. That's quite interesting. I have got one man that normally comes on the show, and one of his introductions is that I am married with one wife. that is that is quite interesting. But before I delve into our topic, you have got a sense of teaching in the United Kingdom, that is in
Yes.
Europe,
Yeah.
and you have got a sense of teaching in Ghana. Though
Yeah.
where you are teaching, they use the UK curriculum, but you have
Yeah.
got an experience in our public schools and our private schools
Oh,
because
yes.
you do a lot of consultancy and a lot of trainings for them.
Yeah.
What do you think is the missing link in our educational system comparing these two jurisdictions?
Well, the missing link is the system that you called it, the educational system. The missing link is having a system in place that works, and technology. These are the two key things that are missing. A system that is in place that works for teachers, parents, and students, and the government as a whole, and technology. That is the
Wow.
missing link.
So can you really elaborate on the system? I'll come on the technology bit. Can you really elaborate a bit on the system?
In any organization, it's very important to have a system in place. And the system that is put in place breeds the professionalism. Do you understand? So we know what to do. Everybody knows what to do. The policies are clear. They are followed, and people know how to work in a team and inform each other as an effective communication. Know that this is what we have to do in order to support students to make the progress that is expected or attainment, for the next level of their life, and also understand that things have changed. Education have taken a new turn, and this is what we have to do. Training must be ongoing. You see, all these things put together makes the system, and if that system is not there in institutions, it doesn't really work. For instance, the math teacher is not in connection with the English teacher. So if you have a school and with subject teachers, the math teacher does not really relate to English teacher about A, Y, Z. What is A doing? How is A performing at English? How is B performing in mathematics, so that we can come together and support them. It's not really like that. So most of the things that takes place or happens in the school or in the schools are in isolation. So it makes it difficult for one to be creative or one to be innovative or to teach the child how to be a critical thinker, because everything is in isolation. History is in isolation to geography, but then they're all intertwined, so that makes it hard. And evidence, collating of evidence is a problem. People don't believe in evidence because evidence brings about challenges. You got to be challenged with what work you have done. How many entries do we have in the child's book? Have you marked their work? What have you done with the assessment? Has the assessment influenced planning? All those things that will bring about little things that we have to do, bring about significant changes, have not been put in place. And even where they have been put in place, leaders of educational institutions fail to abide by it. So that is the key problem. And with technology, it's just having the money.
I will come to technology. I will come to the technology bit, but
okay.
I just want to cite an example to support what you are saying. It's like I went back to Ghana, and my junior sister she's a teacher, and she was doing lesson notes. Can you imagine 21st century? Writing on some notebook as lesson notes, and
that's the thing.
She doesn't even have the thing is not even online. And when you look at areas like today's age and time, there is no Gmail assigned to teachers, not even Gmail emails assigned to teachers in Ghana. Do you think there is any future?
Well, yes, there is future. There is future. Yes, I would say there isn't. What you're saying, some schools, we will say some schools, but quite a number of schools assign emails to their teachers. Some schools give laptops, But some schools are not able to do it because of lack of funding, not because they don't believe in it. There is a lack of funding. That's the problem, because you increase the school fees, they're not able to pay. Government schools, you know where we are in Ghana. We are fighting COVID. We are struggling with technology, and provision of technology for schools will cost a lot. There's so many government schools, so it's a serious problem.
but they are the ones that don't have even the emails, isn't it? They are the majority, but they are the ones that there are no systems in place. Right now, let's look at right. Like, for example, if I'm going to class, because I'm a teacher like you, I lecture like you, right? If I go to class and I log in, my programs director knows that I've already logged in. Right?
That's right.
In Ghana, who monitors who comes to school and who does not?
Well, so it depends. Like I said, it depends on the school. Are you talking about government schools or private schools?
Whichever.
Because I know that even in government schools, there's a way that teachers are monitored. It might not be clocking in, with what do you call it, access control, but it might be that there's a book. And I don't really mind if there's a book. The system I'm talking about is not even having a technology in place. You could just have books. You could be writing lesson notes, but there's a system in place that when I come to school at the gate, there is a book and I sign my name and time. The security man will do their job and make sure that I've signed the right time. The deputy or the head teacher will pick that book at a certain time and rule a red line. So when they rule that red line, you know that, okay, all these people up there are on time. All those down there have not been on time. Did you understand? So much as we don't have the technology or we don't have money, it doesn't mean that we can't put a system in place. In the olden days, there were systems in place in our chieftaincy that we followed. And now it's like we really don't want to follow any system. Quite a number of people do what they like. And sometimes it boils down to the leadership. Some government schools don't have this problem because their leader is really good and set the system in place. It is the leader that has to put the system in place. It is not, the government has already put the system in place in terms of the curriculum and how things should go through the GES, and what do you call it, National Inspectorate Board. But it is left to us as individuals, head teachers, principals, to put this system in place to reinforce and ensure that teachers follow it. For not being successful. So we cannot say that in Ghana, we don't have systems in place so that because we don't have money or because we don't have the technology. No, we don't have a system in place in some places because some people fail to put the system in place. And that's the problem. If everyone will work as a passionate leader or principal and follow the system and ensure that everyone is following the system, then it will be fine, even though we don't have technology everywhere, because the fact that we don't have computers or phones or all these devices doesn't mean we can't learn. Even if it's a blackboard and chalk, even if it's a slate in the audio, we can still learn something. Yes, we can learn with all our indigenous stuff that we have. It doesn't matter where we are. And there might be levels of our knowledge, but then we'll learn how to critically think. Yes. A child using electronic device might probably do more, but then when you learn how to critically think in the village, anywhere you find yourself, you will critically think because you've been taught how to solve problems.
So your problem is not that we are way behind, for example, when it comes to systems and technology. Your problem is that even if we don't have the resources, we should start from somewhere to build from. That is your point, right?
That is my point. That is my point. We need to start from somewhere. The point is, if you don't do anything and you always lament and you always complain and you have not done anything, then what are you going to get? Nothing. You've got to think. And we've got to think critically about things. Out of nothing, we can do something. You understand? And if we don't do that something, then Ghana can never move forward, because Ghana is not just Accra. It's in the north. It's everywhere. And education comes in different forms. You see? So if we begin to understand that, we can use our worry game to teach multiplication. We can use sticks to teach counting, subtraction, to teach finding missing numbers. We can use different things around us to do things. We would still get the education that we want. And if tomorrow we find ourselves in the UK or US or wherever, we would think critically that, okay, what have I got in front of me here? What should I do? Okay, if I don't know about it, can I ask somebody very quickly? That's how to learn. And you know, there's a saying that tomorrow's illiterate will not be those who cannot read and write.
Yes.
It will be those who cannot learn and relearn.
Yes.
So wherever you are, you can be taught how to learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's all we need to do.
Okay.
You know.
Look, I think you are making very good points here, right? But the point is that, are we giving that as an excuse not to do well? Or don't you think because we are way behind, we need to double up?
Well, it's like probably I plan to write an exam, and I learn very well. I do all the stuff that I have to do, and I don't do very well. I have to write again, and I have to find a different way. I have to find reasons or look out for why I struggled, why I failed, and see how I can prepare well. Ghana is at a point where Ghana is trying, and for where we've come from and what we've been through and where we're going, you can tell that things cannot change immediately. It will be a gradual process, as in our politics, as in our educational system, as in our health system. Things are changing gradually. You understand? How the youth think is changing gradually. How our leaders lead us is changing gradually. They will make mistakes, but it's changing gradually. And the more we find people like you and myself to support young people to learn how to think, to learn how to give back to community, to learn how to be creative and innovative and know the importance of community, then it will make a difference one day. You know, so when we say the negative things about our country, how will we make progress? The Ghanaian young man or woman will think that, well, as a Ghanaian, we don't have anything. We are not creative. We are not critical thinkers. So, so let me be and let me do what I can do to succeed. So if it is being disloyal, if it is stealing in a disguised form, then that's what I'm going to do. That's corruption. But if we think the positive consistently, that's why I said youth empowerment through education. Teachers have a big role to play. If teachers think the positive to students, to pupils, all the way to university, they will begin to think positive and know that irrespective of where we are, we are the change makers. We are the change makers. So we've got to think and find better ways to help our country grow. You know, so I believe that this is the time that you and I, you know, and everyone else can make the big deal about education. It's not just in the classroom, but making young people understand their role and their place, and helping them to know who they are, their strengths and their weaknesses, the strength of Ghana, the weaknesses in Ghana, and what when we come in as adults, you know, in the future as leaders, what changes are we going to make? You know, that is what I think we should be singing and broadcasting and teaching our children, rather than talking about. We all know where we are in Ghana. We know that, of course, our government cannot buy every student a computer. You know, we can't do that now. We will not be able to get everybody a COVID vaccine now. It will be a gradual process. You know, it's just like when you live with your father. You know, your father might not be able to afford British International School or another Ghana International School, which is quite expensive. So maybe your father will take you to one private school, but that's what your father can afford. So you manage and learn hard, and one day achieve more. So you can send your children to the higher level school that you want to send them to, or spend that much money. And that is what it is for Ghana. So for me, I left UK and came to Ghana because I have a heart for Ghana. I was born and bred in Ghana. I am Ghanaian, and I believe that whatever I've learned, I need to bring it to Ghana. And I urge others who are in the UK, who have studied in the US, all over, who have studied and, have gained enough to come back to Ghana and help our young people and even our old people, everyone, to think differently. And those who are thinking differently, support them in what they are doing so that we can have a better Ghana, But I believe that Ghanaians are doing well.
I think because of what you are saying, I don't want to go to my next question. I really want to do a follow-up on what you are saying. Do you think, even especially those always even in diaspora or even in Ghana, do you think we give a helping hand in terms of mentorship to the young people?
You mean, do I think that those of you in the diaspora give a helping hand?
Whether in diaspora or in Ghana, do you think mentorship is really working now? Like, are we really giving our best to the young people?
Well, I won't say we're giving our best, but quite a number of people are doing the mentoring, the motivational speaking. People have different ulterior motives here and there, but there's a lot going on. And I think that there should be more going on in the secondary schools, at the university, tertiary level, even in the primary schools. And everything should be interwoven into their curriculum so that they are not learning some of these soft skills outside the curriculum that looks like is in isolation, because there's so many things. If you don't respect yourself, you cannot achieve. You cannot even pass your exams. Why? Because those who don't read show disrespect to themselves. Why are you not reading? Why are you not doing what you have to do to pass? You understand? So if we have that, people speaking to young people to understand what education is for, that is meant to solve societal issues. We have our lecturers and our teachers doing that job. They will hit on not hit, but they will touch every student's heart and their mind and soul to understand what their purpose and their aim is, because they need to find it. Everybody needs to find their purpose and their aim to be able to fit in the puzzle, But unfortunately, teachers have to cover syllables, lecturers have to finish their topics, and everything is lost in everyday life, and we don't support our youth to even understand how to make best choices for themselves and for their community. So mentoring is very, very important, and I don't think we can ever have enough.
Okay, that really sounds good for me. But let's go on this level right now with the youth. I want to go down on the youth bit of the whole thing right now. Do you think our educational system is designed to really cause us to really critically think, or it is just designed to make us on autopilot, that if 1 + 1 is equal to 2 and somebody says 1 + 1 can be 3, it means that we are stuck? Do you think our educational system is designed to let us think that way?
I think coming into Ghana, I've seen that education is evolving now. Looking at how GS changed the curriculum, and they're changing it again. When I read through it, I realized that they're talking seriously about critical thinking, is in the curriculum now, and they are pushing it. It's now left for teachers to assimilate it, understand it, and how teachers are trained at the training colleges and at the universities. You understand? To understand the importance of a creative curriculum that pushes or enforces critical thinking, innovation, and what critical thinking means, and how to teach a child, not necessarily saying to the child, today I'm teaching you critical thinking, but how to teach a child through mathematics, English, to think by using open-ended questions, the kind of questions we ask children, and giving them opportunity to be independent, to work in groups and discuss things and come up with the ideas, and not just shut them down and say you are wrong and stuff like that. Helps children to critically think. When a child does something wrong, you don't tell them that what you've done is wrong. You ask them to think. Think about what you've done. Why have you done it? Do you think it's right? Did that help you? Did that solve the problem? So they begin, you kind of lead them to where they should go, so that they become independent thinkers. Did you get it? So the curriculum now in Ghana is evolving, as I said. Quite a number of principals and schools that belong to the British and Cambridge and attend trainings at the British Council get to understand the importance of critical thinking, and they are pushing it in their schools. Government schools are pushing it now, and they are training teachers. But like I said, it's evolving, it's a process, and I'm sure we'll get there.
Wow.
I'm sure we'll get there.
Wow.
We're not there yet, but we'll get there.
Yes. But you see, there is something about continuous learning, right?
Yeah.
That is, after your degree, you still have to personally develop yourself, right?
Definitely.
And I think the minds of our youth is skewed to. So now I've seen people, they finish their degree, instead of going to even work to get an experience, they go for an MBA. But MBA, in a nutshell, is designed for people who have worked and they have got an experience and they really want to top up their knowledge. But you see somebody after school, you have an MBA before you realize he's having a PhD, and our continuous learning is skewed to only having degrees, but not to develop ourselves. How do we bridge this gap?
Hey, that's a big thing. In my small way, what I'm doing is for Project Know Thyself. I have a team called Team PKTS, Team Project Know Thyself, for tertiary institutions. And we started at the University of Ghana. And I meet these students. I train them how to think critically, how to elevate their essentials while they are at school. And I explain to them that, listen, the fact that you are studying classical civilization or history or medicine or whatever doesn't mean you're going to be in that field when you come out of university. So my first degree is in art. Then I went on to MBA International Business. I'm a teacher now. I'm a principal of a school. I'm an education consultant. But everything I studied, I'm able to use and apply where I am. We're teaching these students to use and apply their knowledge they acquire at university to wherever they find themselves. Because it's about thinking and thinking critically. It's about being creative. So we are teaching them about soft skills, that if you don't push it, you are not going to achieve. You need to wake up early, you need to work hard, you need to be on time, you need to show respect, you need to know how to communicate, you need to know how to apologize when you're wrong, you need to know when you have to read, you need to know how to manage your time. So some of these things are not being taught as part of their lectures, So I go in there and through questioning, inquiry-based way, get them to think and understand how to channel their strength into the positive leadership, and a lot of them are doing quite well. And it's a process. So they get mentoring from other people that I bring in to speak to them. I introduce them to reading, how important reading is. These are some of the books I read. I read different books. So I kind of transfer some of my skills to them, so that they know that reading is power, because then it breeds your knowledge and you can do anything. And I also tell them that while you are at university, check your timetable. You could do 1 day a week as voluntary. You don't have to get paid, but you are learning on the job. And after that, you can put it on your CV when you come out of university and say, well, I worked for 1 year at British International School. It probably might be 1 day a week or 2 days a week. You understand? So you start learning how to work with people. You start learning administrative duties, and by the time you finish school, you know what you want to do. Yes. Because you probably would want to be a teacher or you will excel, but you never know because you never tried it. But during your tertiary times, you did a lot of interns. So you've been to the bank, you've tried it here, you will know where you fit. By the time you come out of school, it's easy for you to get a job. Then those who have finished what do you call it, universities, and are sitting at home waiting for government to create jobs for them.
Yes.
I don't know if the government has become a magician to create the job, but we can create jobs ourselves. So we teach them how to start businesses. We do a lot of entrepreneurship, what do you call it, trainings for them to understand how to start a business, how to start something from a zero budget and stuff like that. You know, so this is how we contribute, and quite a number of people are contributing in that positive way. But we need a lot of people, like I say, like you and I, to support these young people to be able to attain.
I don't know, maybe if you know the reason why I'm really smiling and laughing, because we are in a country where we have got Unemployment Association of Ghana, you know, and that is,
but that becomes an employment. The Association of Unemployment Association becomes a job.
Yeah, it becomes a job.
The thing is, growing up, most of our parents don't tell us, go to school, learn a lot, learn well, and come and help the country. It's more about you. You know, you have to come and look after me.
Yes.
Or come and build houses. And that is, you are successful, you know. But we need to encourage our boys and our girls that when you come out of school, you need to think about yourself and the country as well. You understand? If you develop that road will lead to your house too. If you train somebody's child, that somebody's child might marry your child. That child will cease to become the criminal that they would be one day to attack you.
Wow.
You know, so there's a lot that schools have to do. Honestly, I place it on schools. I place it on schools and higher level of educational institutions. This is what we have to do, because we come in touch with young people all the time.
But do you think going to the schools to really add up to the academia through personal development, do you think the schools are really open for this? Don't you think there's so much bureaucracies? For example, if you want to go to KNUST, some of the processes you have to pass through before you get the opportunity to speak to students, don't you think it's too much of a complex? Because I have had the opportunity to really speak in some of these universities. I have spoken to some of students and all that, but trust me, some of the process you have to pass through, to my liking, is too complex, and I think because of that, a lot of people don't even bother anymore.
The thing is, when you want to do something good, life can make it difficult for you, but you don't have to give up.
All right.
Because it's not once. I didn't just come to Ghana one day. I've been planning it. I've been coming and going from time to time. I've been running free teacher trainings for teachers. I've been running very affordable trainings that I charge like 50 cedis, you know, because I want the teacher to be able to pay for themselves and attend if school owners will not allow them or pay for them to attend, you know. So I'm trying to change, make a difference in my own small way.
Yes.
Starting Project Know Thyself team at the University of Ghana. Yes, it was difficult, but along the line, I started thinking critically that how can I do this? Maybe through affiliation. Let me make some friends there. They are the students there. If the students decide that this is what we want, who would say no?
Yes.
When it's not a bad thing that we want Mr. So-and-so to come and speak to us. The students themselves will work it out.
Yes.
And will lead it and let it happen. I didn't even know that. But then I bumped into one chap, and then we got talking, introduced me to his friends. I encouraged him, bring your friends. Let's sit together. Let's talk. Gradually, it became a team. This person, you know, networking. So I personally believe that systems are not in place. Things are hard, but we don't need to give up. We know what we want. We'll fight it through different means to achieve it. Did you get yeah.
You see, that is why I told you that this man, if you have an encounter with him, you will live with a different perception. And you see, when people think things are difficult, it means that you haven't met a person like Mr. Adjetey, because it doesn't matter what you find yourself, you're going to really have a different perspective after that encounter. Now, let me go to this direction. The interest of the youth, right? Now, let me give you a typical example, right? A youth can decide to go and pay for a concert, 100 Ghana cedis, right?
Yeah.
Now, I remember there was one young man that I knew, and I was doing one of my step out programs, and he said, oh, he didn't have money, there was challenges, blah blah blah. But I saw this man at KFC Ghana, and he was having chicken, one bucket with friends, and I'm like, this one is like 100 Ghana cedis, right? You know, but I'm talking about interest, right? If a young person have to pay 50 Ghana cedis for a personal development training, and they have to pay 100 Ghana cedis for a concert, the majority will prefer to pay 100 Ghana cedis for a concert than a personal development. Now, I want you to talk about the mindset of the youth and how that can be changed, how that narrative can be changed.
Okay, so I also have that problem where when I advertise for trainings for young people and it's free, you know, there was a time we did a training, we call it Best You, and we invited Magdan. Magdan is somebody who has a lot of experience, has been through a lot, and he's one of the best people to speak to these young people. How poverty is actually not an excuse, and how you can make it even though you may come from a struggling or challenging background. The students were not there, and this is somebody that you have to pay a lot if it's charging.
Yes.
For him to come in. The students did not attend, and it was free. And this is what they actually need. Now, why didn't they attend? Because we have not taught them in primary school. We have not taught them at secondary and university the important things that they have to learn. And then also, how we teach them is very boring. We just lecture. So the trainings are boring. Why should I come and sit there and listen to you talk and let you go? Whereas if you're not able to add some entertainment to it, then so young people have their interest.
Yes.
Channel it through their interest. When you channel things through people's interest, you get them. So it is us. It is left to us. It is our responsibility to ensure that we channel what we are going to do through the interest of the young people. It could be football. It could be one poolside party. It could be one, entertainment, whatever, fanfare. And then at that point, you say, hey, well done, everybody. You're welcome. I like to speak to you. You got them. They will listen to you because they're there. Do you get it? So there are different ways to get them. It's like a class teacher. A class teacher, when you teach and the children don't do well, it is your fault. When the children don't enjoy the lesson, it is your fault. If the children are talking and not listening to it, it is your fault. So the same way, if we organize programs and we don't advertise it well, or we do it in such a way that the students don't attend, young people don't attend, it is our fault. Find a way to get them. I mean, one finger pointed at others, the rest are pointed at me, because I've been through it where I've organized programs, I've invested a lot of money from my pocket, and only 10 people. And this program is about 100 people. But when I have channeled, there are programs you would put together and teachers will attend in their numbers. If you try to set that same program in that same way and advertise it that same way, you're not going to find young people. Young people have a different level of thinking and interest. So it is our approach.
Wow. Please, if you are watching us, we encourage you to share this. I have seen so much comment from different platforms coming through, meaning that a lot of people are watching this interview. But please share this for somebody to have an opportunity. Tag a young person. Just share it to a group, to a page. You see, this platform, I will say, there is none in Africa. Because we don't have these discussions on our TV stations. The discussions we have is only politics, entertainment, and sports. Mr. Adjetey should have been on a morning show of almost every big TV station in Ghana. But they will prefer somebody who will come and destroy the youth through. They say they are counselors. They are what destroying the youth, and until we change the mindset, this is going to really. It's going to bring us backwards. So there is a lot we need to do. Let's grow this platform as a family. Let's grow. You see, there are some platforms, when I see the number of views, I'm like, wow. And what were they saying? Rubbish. Why? That is where our interest is. But when it comes to educative platforms like this, we find it so difficult. We find it so difficult to hit the share button, comment or like. But we can always start from somewhere. With Mr. Adjetey, I cannot be negative. I always have to stay on the positive side. Let's build this together and let us grow. Now you see, when the conversation is very good, that the time runs fast. Can you imagine? It's almost 10 minutes to the top of the hour. And trust me, let me ask you this, right? Now, after university, right? There are only almost two channels. These are the big two channels. Either you go for career path and you go for the entrepreneurship path, right? I want you to really talk about the challenges that young people are facing, especially on the career path and that of the entrepreneurship path and the way forward.
Okay, so let's talk about the career path. You know, with the career path, quite a number of students finish school. All they've learned is the theory. They've not learned any practicals. They don't even know how to staple a paper, you know. So, and they don't even know how to put their CVs together. They don't know how to sell or say what their strengths are, what they can do. They have not been able to identify their strengths and their weaknesses. If you should ask them at an interview, so what are your weaknesses? No, they must not have one, because we are trained in a way that you cannot be weak.
Yes.
What are your strengths? They are going to say, what I can make many friends. I'm like, but anybody can make friends. You know, they say things. I'm a nice person.
Yes.
And anybody can be nice.
Yes.
What are things that are peculiar to you? We don't know. Have you read about this business, this organization? No. Why do you want to work here? They're not able to tell you anything that's cohesive about why they want to work there, because the only reason why they want to work is to get money. To look after themselves, and they don't want to say it too. So then they are stuck. So how to sell themselves at interviews is a problem. Their appearance at interviews is a problem. They also they what they want to do, they just want to climb up straight away and go to where there's a lot of money. They don't want to make any changes. They want to go to where there's a lot of money. So they will look at this business. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm waiting for that particular organization to call me. So they will not do any work, and they will be waiting for 2 years. Hey, go when you're Juma, but when they attend interview, they said, okay, we don't have this, but we have that. Can you start from here? They'll say, oh no, I'll get back to you. I say, actually, say but then you start from somewhere.
Yes.
Start from somewhere. Humble yourself. Get into that business. Take your CV. Dress nicely as a young lady. No short skirt and unnecessary colors on your body. Dress decently as a young lady. Dress decently as a young man. Have your shirt, iron nicely, trousers, comb your hair. Don't have some funny things. Go in there with your CV, well prepared. Read widely about the business, about what you can do, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and go in there and then give your CV. You never know, that day you might be interviewed. When you go, just say you want to do voluntary, because sometimes when you say you're looking for a job, because they think they have to pay you, you'll say, oh no, but when you say it's free, everybody likes free things.
Of course.
So I guess I'm at home, I'm not doing anything. This is what I can't do. Please, I like to contribute for free. You don't have to pay. Okay, you get that, attention, and they speak to you, and you speak well, and they see, oh, I think we can use this man to do this, to do that. Okay, let's have him come. When you go in there and you are humble, whatever they ask you to do, you do it. You know how to connect with people, how to show respect. When somebody leaves, you have learned, they will keep you. But a lot of young people don't know that.
But sometimes you don't even. It's not about somebody leaving. Sometimes they see your works and they employ you. They add you to the team. Yeah.
But let's talk about social media. There's several times I've picked teachers from social media and trained them and given them jobs, not necessarily at my school. Why? Because of what I see, what they put up on their social media. What do we use our social media for? To do silly things, to make silly friends unnecessarily. But we can use our social media. We can create, well, that's another thing. But we can create, a whole social media, what do you call it? It can be Facebook, Instagram page for ourselves, marketing what we do. Then also, when it comes to the entrepreneurship, you see this Franklin Adjetey here. I've sold cola nuts before. I've sold water before. I've sold different things before. Why? Because I was helping my mother do these things. I've been through several ups and downs, several challenges. There is nothing that when you give to me or ask me to sweep, that it will be a problem for me because of my upbringing. Some people, because of their upbringing, they don't want to do anything. They want daddy's business to be ready and they push into it without even knowing how to manage it. But the thing is that you can start with the watch that your parents are selling. You can start with that kinky. How can you make it better? You see, let's look at Uber. Somebody set up Uber, they are sitting in one place and they are making a lot of money. They don't own any taxi. Airbnb, somebody sets it up, they don't own any hotel, but they are making money. How can you sell cake online? How can you deliver it in a different way? Some people are doing that. How can you sell watch because you've got a degree? You cannot sell watch, but you can sell it in grand style. It doesn't have to be a bowl by the roadside. And then if it's in a bowl by the roadside, you started that way. You are planning on how you can move from that level to a higher level. It's all about planning. That's one key thing, Oscar. People don't plan. A lot of people don't like planning. And that's a problem. So, Team PKTS, we train our students at the tertiary level, and we're trying to get to the secondary level as well. That whilst you're at school, you need to start planning your future. You need to start thinking which way to go. The only way you can know which way to actually go is by exploring. So every time you have a free time during holidays, find a place to go and learn something. Do a lot of job placement. Read a lot. Ask questions. Before you know it, you have prepared yourself to find a job.
Wow.
At school, when we are at school, at secondary school and primary school, we don't teach students the importance of money and how to the fact about money that we should know, so that we know that money is important and how to start saving and how to use our money wisely. We don't teach our students. So they come out and they don't know how to manage money. They will say, oh, I don't have money. I'm not able to do this because I don't have money. I'm a musician. I'm talented when it comes to music. I'm waiting for somebody to manage me, to support me. But they are going clubbing every evening. They are doing different things. They are chasing girls. They are giving little money. They don't know that little drops of water makes somebody ocean. You understand? And then some people, we are also not taught how to presentation. How do we do presentation? How do we present ourselves at interviews? All these things, we don't teach our children from primary, secondary, university. Then they finish school, then we want them to get a job.
No.
That's why the curriculum has to change. Yes, that's how we teach our students will have to change.
Wow.
Because if that changes, they will come out of uni and they are not waiting. Some will know that I don't have to go to university. I finished senior secondary school. I don't have to go to that university. I can go and do an apprenticeship here, learn a bit here, work a bit here, and then go to university or do an NVQ or something, and then start my business.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You see, when you were saying something, there is a story I heard when I was in Ghana last year, and it was an amazing story. There is a young guy who wanted a job. This guy has finished university, and they were working with one of these telcos, right? And they said the job available here is for you to drive. So this guy took the job as a driver.
Nice, good.
And his mates were laughing at him that you go and do degree and you are a driver for this big telco. Everybody
But
sees
that's what he got. It's better than being a criminal.
He took it, right? So this guy, they work in the hardware department of this telco. So anytime he's free, he's there engaging the guys. And this guy, in his own smart way, he knows the system. So one day the system went down and they were finding it so much difficult.
Oh, and wow. I know what you're going to say.
Yes, he said he can do it. Then the supervisor was, are you sure? He said, yes, I can do it. They said this guy put one or two things together, bam, the system was back. That day he stopped driving.
He gets a job.
Yes. You see, and it's about you saying you need to start from somewhere.
My brother Oscar, let me tell you another one. That's my own experience. This is how I started teaching. When I finished my MBA, I was supposed to come down and work with Ashanti Goldfields. I wanted to work with them because of what I did for my thesis.
Okay.
So, and I had to wait and do my what do you call it, graduation ceremony and get my certificate. So between September to April, I said, let me work and make some money because I have the status to work as a student. I have some hours, about 20 hours. So I got a job with Next. You know Next.
Yeah, Next.
And I was and you know, because the wear suit, I like this, and I was working there. And then somebody said to me, but why are you working at Next? You could be a teacher. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be a teacher. Ghana, they don't pay teachers very well. No, I would rather work. And I said, no, Franklin, they pay quite good as a supply teacher. When a teacher doesn't come in, they take you in, you teach the children, you get about £100 a day. And I'm like, oh, okay,
that's not bad.
Let me try it. When I was going to do it, because when I got into London, I got on a mentoring program and we were not being paid. We were supporting young people at the college. The mentoring program, the college wrote a reference for me, and I was able to apply for the supply teaching without faking somebody's certificate, as my friend asked me to do. Because I said, no, I will not do it. I'd rather come to Ghana and work than to use the fake certificate when I've got a master. Now, when I started the supply teaching, to cut a long story short, I got into this class. I did not know how to teach in England. I did not even know what plenary meant. The word plenary, I didn't even know what it meant. Yet I had a master. I didn't know how to teach rounding, how to teach and their computation for multiplication. I didn't know it because they had their own strategy. I kind of observed the teaching assistants, and then I decided, you know what, let me do it my way. Let me do it my way. So I decided to tell the children a story. And I told them, come on, and children, my name is Franklin. I'm from Ghana. I have a strong Ghanaian accent. So when I speak and you don't understand, just let me know, okay? We're going to have a fantastic day. I am going to tell you a story about Ghana, where I come from. This story is about an old witch with a long flabby ears. And when I started telling the story and I was teaching them songs like Che Kule, Che, I just had to be creative. And then I say, when I say this, you clap. Budum budum, you clap after me. You do this, and I saw one drum in the class. I picked the drum. The children gathered around me. It was a year 4 class.
Wow.
And they were listening. And when they finished, I just became smart. I was like, yes, I've got art. I'm strong when it comes to art. It's my first degree. Children, you know what? Draw this story in 3 stages. And after drawing, write what is happening in each stage. You know, to me, I'm trying to push writing. All the children were busy coloring and drawing their 3 stages. And when they finished, everybody was writing. And then I noticed that the head teacher comes and peeps through the door. You know how the classroom doors are? There's a glass.
Yeah, there's a glass.
So she comes to look, and I was like, yeah, where they achieve you, my teacher. Where this one, they won't get me to come here again. You know, then the next time I look at her, I can see she smiles at me. You know, she comes in again, then another teacher comes, then they smile and go away. So I'm thinking, oh, they're laughing at me. When the children finished the day, they went home. I decided to tidy up their class and mark their work. I was in the class when the head teacher called and said, Franklin, can you come and sign your timesheet? And I said, yes, please. In Ghana, they taught us to say yes, please. In England, we don't say yes, please.
Yes, please.
So when I said yes, please, she smiled. And then I went to the office and said, what are you doing in the classroom? You're a supply teacher. I should have led by now. I said, oh, madam, I'm just marking and tidying up. She laughed at me, in a ridiculous way, like a supply teacher. Because there are cleaners who do that job. And supply teachers don't mark. They leave it for the teacher to come and mark or whatever. So she said, would you like to teach? Do you like teaching? And I lied and I said, yes. Because at that point, I don't have anything. I must say yes and try. Now, let me tell you why they took me. And she gave me a temporary contract for 8 months. And within 8 months, when they had an Ofsted inspection, I passed. And then they decided to keep me on. They gave me 2 years working visa. They gave me another 2 years working visa, became 4 years. And then after 4 years, in those days, I was doing for indefinite stay. So after indefinite stay, I became British.
Wow.
I didn't marry anybody. I didn't do anything. It was just through this teaching. Now, to cut a long story short, the reason why they took me is because the head teacher said every supply teacher that got into that class by 10 a.m. left with their bag. They would say, no, these children are horrible, because the children in Peckham will swear at you.
Of course.
They will insult you. They will throw things around. They will not listen to you. I am the only black teacher that got into that class, and everybody was focused. And all the children went back to say they enjoyed their day at school. Why?
Wow.
Because I went with my authenticity as a Ghanaian.
Wow.
We are storytellers.
Wow.
We are drummers. We are singers. We are dancers.
Wow.
I took the authenticity into class. I didn't pretend I'm West Indian or what. I am from Ghana. I am made in Ghana. And I gave that to them. And it wowed them. And they loved it. And they focused. And that is why I'm a teacher today.
Wow.
And I'm an educational consultant today. You see, so you always have to start somewhere, but you need to be humble.
Wow.
You need to be humble.
Wow. What a story. It is a story. I've got a similar story, but because of time, I will not be able to share mine, because mine is a bit long. It's like a whole page in a book. Yeah. But I've got so much comments here. Let me read some of the comments, then we'll bring this to a close. But if you are watching this, please share this for somebody to have the opportunity to really watch this powerful discussion. Now, Kojo Opoku says, that was my mate at Accra. Kudos, Frankie. Then Douglas Bundi Kirimi saying, education truly is an equalizer in the equation of men and women. Thank you to this guest. Then Kujo says, insightful. Now I have got Inditi saying, great insightful education in the pandemic is crucial and demands serious innovations. And I've got Jacob Kumsin say, this man is really compelling me to unlearn, relearn. God bless you for the insightful evening, boss.
I know Jacob.
Yes. And I've got Patricia Asante say, lots of very useful insight. I have got Refat Yakubu saying, this community education is a holistic or collective effort to contributing to a transformative society. Education goes beyond the four square corners of the classroom. So clearly, we need people like your kind, Mr. Oscar Bimpong and Mr. Franklin Adjetey, to help shape the minds of the parents, youth, and the educational stakeholders. Then I've got Stephen Oklu says, very interesting discussion. And I've got Emilia Adjetey. I don't know whether she's the missus because of the surname.
She is the missus. She's my wife.
All right. Then. I think I have to take her number and check on her whilst you are in Ghana. She says, channel what you are doing to children's interest and make it engaging and interactive to make it interesting. Fantastic. Then Kujo comes back to say they will prefer NDC and MPP. Trust me, that one you are absolutely right. Then Emilia comes back to say, no, Kwaku Sinti Mensa says, great guy, solid guest, impressive story. God bless him. I've got Frederick Ajay says, proud of you,
Oh, my
Blow.
classmate.
Yes.
Blow a cracker.
Yeah. I'm an Absunian too, so I'm in the league of, the
Yeah, in the league.
Yeah, I'm in the league. Yes. Yes. And Kojo Opoku says, "You've made me proud." It's been a wonderful
Thank
discussion, my
you.
brother. And
Yeah,
trust
it has
me,
been
I
indeed.
think you have really now you have really warranted the opportunity to be on this platform anytime you feel like coming to engage us. And
Thank you.
it's not everybody I give that opportunity, but yours is
Oh,
signed and
wow.
sealed. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And it's been a wonderful discussion. I see these are some of the discussions. I always say that every single level of education, every single level of whatever we want to achieve on the continent starts with discussion.
Yes,
And if we
that
discuss it, we enlighten the people, and
that's
that
right.
is where progress starts. And
Yeah,
until we are that is why sometimes I have a challenge with our media houses, not only in Ghana but in Africa. We tend to sell. Look, people are sleeping on the streets of London, people are sleeping on the streets of New York, but
yeah.
the people don't show it on social media, right? But we is
No,
all about the negativity, and our media now is the interest is, if I put a camera on me and I insult Mr. Adjetey, that is what trends. We want to change the narrative. We want the young people to have the
that's right.
passion to follow
Yeah,
platforms like this, and they are going to
mhm.
be proud that they are part of this platform,
Yeah,
not a
mhm.
platform where somebody insults the president, and that is where they put their energy, their effort, and their resources.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and I think for us to do this, we cannot do it alone. We need the
yeah,
likes of Mr. Jete, the likes of you watching us, for us to build a You see, we need to get to that stage where those platforms that are spewing garbage, the number of views they have, we also need to push to the same level. How can we do that? We need each and every one your support. Your sharing of this conversation can increase the numbers on this platform. Why? Because somebody is sitting somewhere waiting for this conversation for them to change their life. And
yeah.
who is supposed to do that? All of us
It's
collectively.
us.
We can do
Yeah,
this in our own small way. So
yeah.
it's been wonderful having you. And
It has
trust
been
me,
wonderful.
I really enjoyed every bit of this discussion.
I did as well.
Wow. Before I go on, I just want to mention a few of our sponsors. This program is
Okay.
sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm. We also work with students in relation to their personal development in second cycles, institutions, colleges, and universities. Also, ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they'll sort you out. Also, ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their USSD code for mobile money, and that is *270 hash. Just dial it on your phone and register for ZPay mobile money. Mr. Franklin Adjetey, once again, thanks for your time. What is your last word to anyone that is watching us?
Well, my last word to everyone that's watching us is to know that COVID-19 has taught us a big lesson. And so many things that we thought were important, we realized that were not important. Communication and family and relationship is so important. And how we come together, work as a team to support each other in what we're looking for is what is of essence. Thank you.
I'm going to pick only one thing from what you said, and that is supporting each other. We are a continent that we don't support each other. If Mr. Franklin is doing something, the intention is that if I go and support him and he becomes successful, where do I stand? But I always tell people that if you support others, when your time comes, that is the only time you are also going to get support.
That's right.
I have really mentored a lot of young people, and some of them, they came to me because they felt alone. The family was not supportive. The community was not supportive. One day I had a young man who came to me and said, Oscar, I want to kill myself. I haven't spoken to this young man. He's just my friend on Facebook. I just called him straight away. We just talked on the phone for 2 hours. The problem of this guy is that he's working so hard and he's not having the breakthrough. and all his friends are doing is that they are teasing him. Everybody is like really turned their back on him, including family and everyone. We don't want to have such situations. And after having a 2-hour conversation with this man, you could see that this man is a free man. He was always commenting on my post, telling me that, look, whenever I'm in Ghana, everywhere I am, he's coming to see me. You see, these are the simple things that we have to do to support others. And trust me, supporting people is not only about money. Sometimes even your words of encouragement, telling the person that you are doing well, is sometimes enough to inspire them to go. Let me give you a very short story. When I started doing all this motivational stuff, empowerment and all that, I was sending what I call inspirational wisdom for today on social media and on WhatsApp especially. But when I post it on WhatsApp, nobody comments. Very few people will come with emojis. And I was asking myself, am I doing the right thing or I'm not making sense to people? One day my phone got lost. And when my phone got lost, this is what happened. I got my phone after a week time. Meaning that week I didn't post anything on WhatsApp. When I got my phone back, my WhatsApp was back. I had countless messages of people checking on me, thinking what I was doing, has something happened to me? Because you see, in 4 years, consistency, Monday to Friday, by 7 a.m., your motivational message is in your inbox. But this is where I was getting like almost zero feedback. But when I got my phone back, I realized that people were following what I was doing. People were empowered. There is a lady that sent me a product that she has developed using shea butter, but he has mixed with strawberry and vanilla and all that.
Entrepreneurship.
And it was just all over London shops. And the lady told me that sometimes when he gives up on the project, and I send one particular message, he just have to run back and pursue. Some were saying, Oscar, your message, but why were they not really even telling me that, Oscar, you are doing a good job? Now, I want to encourage everybody here that our society, if people are not responding to you, it doesn't mean you are doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
We only associate ourselves with successful people. So if you are at the bottom, nobody wants to know.
Yeah.
But if you continue to persist and persevere,
you will get there.
You will get there. I always talk about the builder. No builder to put 2 blocks at a time. It is only 1 block at a time.
At the time.
So that mansion you see today that you admire, it was 1 block at a time. Just be consistent.
Yeah.
One day. People say the sky is the limit, but I always say the sky is the stepping stone for another adventure. Never limit yourself. Believe in yourself, and you are going to succeed. Mr. Adjetey, God bless you.
God bless you
everyone that watched that, God richly bless you. We are here on Saturday for a powerful discussion. You can't miss it. These are the kind of discussion that we bring you. So Saturday, 8 p.m., just really bookmark it on your phone. Join us for another powerful discussion. God bless you and see you soon. Thank you very much.
God bless you too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.